today we are looking at Torque Brewing from right here in Winnipeg, Manitoba. So according to the shirt I'm wearing, Torque was established in 2015, but according to their website, their first cans went out in 2016. Yeah, their tap room is located on King Edward Street, and it's a pretty good size. Like the tap room's pretty big. They have live entertainment there on a fairly regular basis. They've had bands, they've had comedy, they've had dinner theater, you name it. I think they've probably even had paint nights and stuff like that. And yeah, it's a pretty cool space. Their beer is really good. So Torque Brewing has sort of like their four main beers that they do. So if you were to buy like a 12 variety pack, this is what would be in there. You'd get a few of the What the Hellas lager. Or Hellas lager. I think it's Hellas. That's the way the bartenders at the King's Head say it. So if you can't trust the bartenders at the King's Head, who can you trust? There's also the Witty Belgian. It's a nice wheat beer. Red Line Red Ale, American Red Ale. And then the Roundabout. The Roundabout is it's an English dark mild. It's yeah. So we're gonna try all of those today. They also do a lot of small batch stuff. One of my favorites in recent months was the lemon pepper saison. Yeah, it was just like it had that. It was like a tart, sort of a almost like a not a rattler. What's the word I'm looking for? It was like a shandy. It was like a lemon shandy, but with a little bit of a peppery spice in there. It's really, really good. And the Rasnilla is a raspberry vanilla goze. I think that's how you say it. I think it's goze. I heard some people say goze. I looked it up once. I spent like a half hour once on YouTube watching people pronounce it, and I've settled on goze. But really, really nice beer as well. And the Margarita Blonde, one of my favorite things they ever put out. Yeah, it's absolutely delicious. I've got a few of these still, so maybe we'll crack this too at the end. We'll see how we do. You know, I'm doing 4 beers. Maybe going 5 is a little ridiculous. But these two, I've only got one left each, and my girlfriend and I we're drinking those together. So screw you guys. Hold on. Love that sound. I usually have the correct glassware to go along, but I don't have any Torque Brewing glassware. So I'm going to use this glass I got from the Mondial Bière Festival in Montreal. I was there in, I think it was 2018, 2017. All right, so let's pour the, we're starting with the What the Hell is Lager. And I'm making a mess already. It's a nice, crisp, clear looking lager. Smells very refreshing. I mean, it's a lager. Lagers kind of generally have the same sort of smell, like a musty old bar room. Not really, but anyway, let's give this a try. Yeah, that is. Yeah, it's got a nice crispness to it. Yeah, it's a really good lager. Let's see what it's got to say here. It's a 20 IBUs. Traditional, clean, malty, and bright. Pairs well with patio and friends. It's 5% alcohol, and yeah, it's quite tasty. If you've got a friend who, only drinks like Budweiser or whatever, I mean, this is what you would get them to drink if you visited the Torque Brewing, their tap room. You'd probably get a flight, start them on this, and work your way to the dark, which is kind of what we're going to do today. That's usually what I do. I don't know what... if there are rules on how you should tackle a flight of beers. I know some people who like to have a sip from one, a sip from the other. I always like to work light to dark. But, we I don't think there are any rules. I'm pretty sure we can do whatever the fuck we want. All right, and next up we have the Witty Belgian. Oh, this is a gold medal winner. I missed that earlier. Pretty cool. It's a wheat beer. So... wheat beers, it's kind of funny. I had a strange relationship with wheat beers. It took me a long time to get around to liking them. I've had some that, like, it's almost like cilantro to me. I don't know if you've heard of, like, some people, cilantro tastes like soap to them. Unfortunately, I'm one of those people, and I The first few wheat beers I tried, I felt tasted kind of soapy, but I got over that somehow. And there's some I really, really like now. And maybe it's just I didn't have very good ones when they were first coming out. And the Witty Belgian, I really like. I've had it a number of times. So what are we looking at here? This is 16 IBUs. It's citrusy, aromatic, weedy, and cheeky. It pairs well with a job well done, or not. It's 4.7% alcohol. So a bit about wheat beers, also known as a wit beer. They're really popular in Germany and Belgium. Yeah, it's kind of I don't know how to characterize that smell, but it's very distinct. Like it's distinctly different from the lager, and it's often served with like an orange wedge, or some other kind of citrus. I find usually an orange, and so it always reminds me of oranges. But I don't. There's something else in there too. But anyway, let's give this a sip. Yeah, it's really good. It has a lingering aftertaste, like that you don't really get with a lager, but it's nice. It's refreshing. I think I do prefer it with the orange peel thrown in there, which like a Belgian Moon, for example, is a popular wit beer, or Blue Moon, as you would know it in the U.S. I don't know why they have to spell it out for us in Canada that it's a Belgian style beer in its name, but they do. Or maybe there was another Blue Moon here. I don't really know. But anyway, that's often served with an orange, and this would be the same kind of thing. Next up, we have the Red Line. The Red Line, it's a red IPA. I might have got that wrong when I was introducing it earlier. I might have said like a red lager or something. I can't remember what I said. It's a red IPA. It's a bronze medal winner and a gold medal winner. Look at that. It's won a few awards. So great for the for Torque Brewery on that. Nice little head form in there. The color's beautiful, right? Like I don't know if you're getting it. Well, here we go. There, look at that. There, you can see the red a little bit more. Yeah, it's a beautiful color. Odor-wise, very sweet, very very sweet. Which is characteristic of a beer this color generally. Yeah, it's let's give this a try. So it's definitely a thicker mouthfeel than the other two beers that we tried from Torque. Earlier I said something about it being like an American red. I don't know where I got that from. So I was probably wrong there, but it's a red IPA, and it's got the quality of like a good British ale. All right, now we're going on to the Roundabout. The Roundabout is an English dark mild. I had in my head that it was a stout, but I guess that's just because it's so dark. Let's sounds good. All right. I don't know why the crack of a can excites me that much, but it does. It's the greatest sound in the world, according to an ad I saw for TikTok. Okay, here we go. Look at this, eh? Look at that. That is quite dark. Definitely darker than the red IPA, which was quite dark compared to their other stuff. Now, if I hold this in the same lighting, you're not seeing that beautiful red. You're not seeing that beautiful red in there. No, that is pitch black. But it's not a stout. It's an English mild. So what is an English dark mild? Well, I'll tell you. All right, it's 21 IBUs. It's reserved, nutty, bespoked. So yeah, bespoked. Because you have to make sure. It's reserved, nutty, bespoked, and malt forward. So it's a very malty beer. It pairs well with windy walks and minding the gap. And it is 5% alcohol, and it's got like a car with a cute little British hat on it. Yeah. Look, well, yeah, it's like the cabs you see in London, right? But with a hat with a bowler cap on. Why not? Why not? Your beer company, have fun. That is nutty. Yeah, it was described on the can as nutty, and that was the first word that came to mind when I sipped that. It's got a similar taste to a stout, but a lighter mouthfeel. It's quite nice. Almost a kind of a smoky kind of a taste. Reminds me a bit of Fort Garry Dark, which was one of the first sort of craft beers you could get in Winnipeg. Like for the longest time, it was the only local beer. Like not just the dark, but Fort Garry Brewing was the only beer company in town locally for a number of years. It reminds me a lot of that. And yeah, just like it's like a lighter stout. It's quite nice. Like this is the kind of beer you would drink on like a Sunday afternoon. Sitting reading your book. I don't know. That's a good Sunday afternoon to me. Nice dark beer, reading a book, watching a show, whatever. Whereas like the Witty Belgian or the lager would be more like your. The Witty Belgian seems like a great Saturday afternoon day drinking beer. All right, I was just gonna do the four. I was just gonna do like the flight of four, right? Like most places you go to and you order a flight of beers, it's usually 4 samples. Problem is, some places also do 5, and I really, really want to have that margarita. I really hope that this is something that they do again. I have a feeling it will be. It seems to be really popular. Just judging by their social media and the things that are getting comments and like pictures that people are posting, like people really seem to like this beer. I know I really like it. It's well, I'm gonna open it right away, and we're gonna experience this together. Except I'm the only one who gets to taste it. Sorry. So the thing about this beer, like the name implies, it's like having a margarita in beer form. It's a trip to Mexico, and let's face it, nobody's flying anywhere right now. So this is the closest you're getting to a trip to Mexico in my glass from Montreal. So the color, kind of a bit on the cloudier side, kind of like the wit beer. But it smells like citrus. It smells, yeah, I'm not gonna say it smells like a margarita, but you definitely smell like the lime. Yeah, I guess I kind of similar to like when you get like a Corona with the lime in it is kind of what the smell is here. Let's dig in. Yeah, there's God, I think it even has a little bit of a saltiness in there, like you would get on the tequila rim. So until next time, stay safe, drink local, at least as much as you can. I'm sick and I'm tired and I need to go home.